My cousins, it's Barry Hilton here. I'd like to thank Carolyn and Douw Steyn from Auto in General for sponsoring this little show tonight, showing that they care about South Africa, and we really, really do appreciate it. For that, I decided not to cut my hair, so it's pretty cool. How's this, Oaks? I'm serious. It's like, I don't need a pillow anymore. But we're just going to wait for some people to come on. There's 2 people, 9 people. There's 22 people coming on. Let's have some fun. I'm going to do this for half an hour. We're really going to have some jaw. I'll do some jokes that you want. Send it in. My wife Sandy is there. Hello, Gary. Wilson. You know, I've got to put my glasses on. I can't see. Can you pass my glasses? Can you believe this? I can't see, guys. So fine. There we're going to go. Okay, there's my George Burns stuff. How's it, my cousins? How's it? We're just going to wait until we get 250 people and I'm going to start my show. How about that? Is that okay? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Okay. We're on almost 250. We're going to start. Looks like my Omar's shirt. My Omar's hair. Yeah, thanks very much. Cool. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, Barry. Hello, Carolyn and Douw. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. I'm waving to you. Thank you very much. Carolyn Steyn, thank you very much. Auto in General, your Oaks are flipping cool. I'm going to rock and roll now. Carolyn, I'll give you the choice. You tell me any subject you want me to tell a joke about, and I will start with you. Give me a subject, and I will tell you a joke about it straight away. Okay, let's just wait. 267. Gary Winston. Okay, Peter Graham. Hey, Peter is the crook. My friend Peter Graham. Yeah, what a joke. Okay, where's my straw? That's going to go here now. Hey, Barry. Okay, my cousins, 283. On 300, we're going to... What do you mean there's no sound? Of course there's sound. There is sound. Peter Graham, can you hear me? Is it everything cool? Give me a nod. Yeah. No, we can't do that. We'd like to thank you, Garth, but we can't do that. You want to joke about insurance? Carolyn Steyn asked me to do a joke about insurance, which is quite pertinent because of Auto in General. And I want to tell you something. Next to estate agents, insurance brokers are there. They sort of focus people. Have you ever noticed you go and an insurance guy comes out, not short-term insurance like you guys, but the longer term, and they go and they say to you, Mr. Hilton, I want you to tell you something. I've got this fantastic investment for you, and all you have to do is sign with us. You know, it's a fantastic portfolio. We're going to look after you later on, and it's brilliant. And I'm sorry, Mr. Hilton, I just want to tell you now that only last week, a young man, 29 years old, 3 children, he invested with us, and 4 days later, he died. Do you know why? I said, yes, he got the premiums in the post. But it's like, well, we need insurance. What can we do without insurance? A friend of mine, some woman crashed into his garden the other day, not looking, went straight through the gate. Ineffective ban on smoking. Smoking, guys, you know, smoking, I think I've told this a few times. They're doing a survey. Excuse me, doing a survey on cigarettes? Yes. Do you smoke? Yes. How many a day? 20. Any side effects? None whatsoever. Thank you. Excuse me, we're doing a survey on cigarettes? Yes. Do you smoke? Yes. How many a day? 30. Any side effects? None whatsoever. Thank you. Excuse me, we're doing a survey on cigarettes? Yes. Do you smoke? Yes. How many a day? 312. Any side effects? None whatsoever. Thank you, madam. What can you say? But now dacha is legal now in South Africa. That's quite a thing. Do you remember? It was, I think, a year and a half ago, they actually legalized dacha. They actually legalized. Do you know this is the first show I'm ever doing with glasses on? That's quite scary, huh? They've legalized dacha, but they didn't call it dacha, they called it marijuana. Apparently that's what it's called in Cape Town. Joburg it's called dacha, I'm sure, but Cape Town it's marijuana, my friend. Oh, fully marijuana. Because the people in Cape Town and the people in Joburg, they're sort of on different planets, bro. They're on different. People in Cape Town are sort of, they go like fully amazing. I can't believe. How's that? And a lot of people from the old faith live in Cape Town, and I see that when I go to Plettenberg Bay, for instance. At Christmas, I used to. I go to Plettenberg Bay at Christmas for my holidays, because Christmas being a Christian holiday, as we would sort of focus on there. And then people would assume that I'm from the old faith. And my name is Barry. My friends call me Baz. But some Jewish kugels over there that I meet every year, they want to get a further discount. They call me Bear. So isn't it weird? So they sort of make everything shorter to sound like better. The woman bumps me in there. I'm in there in Plettenberg Bay at Christmas, and I'm thinking there's all these Jewish people around here, but it's not really fair because it's not their holiday. You know what I'm saying? But they're there anyway, so it's fine, obviously. So this woman says to me, "How's it, Bear? How's it, Bear? Are you staying at the BR? The Beacon Isle?" I said, "No, actually, I'm staying at the CP, the caravan park, because I'm a normal oak, you know what I'm saying? I'm basically from Kempton, but I'm from Kempton in Joburg. I left Kempton, basically Benoni as well. I left Benoni because of the crime problem. The police kept on catching me. It happens. What can you say here? You know, I remember when I lived in Benoni, it was a lekker place. I really did. It was a lekker place because people would be scared. If you just say, what? I'm from Benoni. They'd say, back off, here's my car keys, everything. So, back to Zol. Okay. So, in Cape Town, it's called marijuana. And I think that's quite weird. Marijuana. But this is South Africa. It's called dagga. Dagga. Repeat after me. Dagga. Zol. Twak. Rondkyk twak, you know. All that cock stuff. You know what I'm saying? But in Cape Town, it's marijuana. It just doesn't ring as much. Do you agree with me? Dagga sounds violent. We live in a violent society. So what are you doing, Brut? I'm smoking dagga. Okay, but take my soul, have it to go. But in Cape Town, it's like, what are you doing? No, I'm smoking marijuana. It's like you're going to a gay club in Sea Point, isn't it? What you're doing? I'm going to marijuanas. So I'm back again. I didn't really go. So they said that you can actually legally smoke marijuana, but only in your own home. So I opened a coffee bar in Cape Town and called it your own home. So there's a lot of dagga going on there. Now I remember my father caught me smoking dagga. It happens when I was, when you're like 18, 19, 20, you think you've windgat and everything like that. So my father caught me smoking dagga, asked me the most stupid question that a father would ask a child, but I find myself doing that now with my kids. Okay, funny, you become your father. You do, you become your father. So he catches me smoking dagga and he says to me, "What is this dagga? I'm going to burn it." I said, "Really? I'll come with you, Dad. Don't worry." So I convinced my dad we had to smoke the dagga in the kitchen because it was raining outside. You know what I mean? So we sealed all the windows and all that stuff. Put the cat by the kitchen door, and the cat was sort of lying there going like, "Oh, there's a rat in the kitchen. What am I going to do?" So it was a jaw, man. In fact, we smoked so much dagga. My father and I listened to music that Pink Floyd never even played. So there we go. So we live in South Africa. It's the coolest place. And even though we're having a hard time, we are having a hard time here now. You know what I'm saying? I feel a bit strange. I went into a bank 2 days ago and to sort of draw some money, and they forced me to wear a mask. And I thought, what do criminals wear now? You just go in without a mask. And they say, "What did he look like?" "I don't know. He didn't have a mask on, bro. I don't know what he looks like." So it's all flip and changed. But when you go to the bank, it's funny, at the beginning of the month, when you've got money, I don't know if you know this, at the beginning of the month, you got money, and you go to the ATM, it sort of shouts out to you, "How's it? Pull in, bro. Smaak you sticking. Pull in." How much are you taking? 5. Don't be silly, but take 500. You got lots of start here. Make a plan. Have you noticed that when you take money out of the bank in the ATM at the beginning of the month, there's never any witnesses that you've actually got money. Okay. At the end of the month, when you go to the ATM 2 to 3 days before your check goes in, hoping that the bank has got a virus or some cock like that, have you noticed? It sort of shouts out to you like, "What do you think I am? A money lender. Pull out." And there's always like people looking at you then. So what you do is you've got to man up. If you've got no money, you've got no flipping money. So what I do is, if I've got no money and the ATM shouting at me, I just call all the oaks. I said, "Guys, come around here. we'll form a consortium. We'll all put our cards in. Whoever gets the money, we'll split it up amongst us. It'll go down in the end. Make a plan. But we don't, do we? We don't. We don't. What do you do? Have you noticed that when you go to the bank, you've got nothing in the bank, and you don't want to tell people, okay, I've got no money in the bank. I tried. I didn't work hard enough in school. Nothing. But I tried. I made a plan, okay? But I've got no money. It's my own fault. But you don't do that. You go like, you lie. You say, I am sick and tired of this bank. No, I can't do this cock anymore. No, I'm finished. I'm out. I'm phoning my accountant now. Now, I'm phoning my accountant right now. But now, I'm going to phone my accountant now. I'm going to move all my money into my accounts in the Cayman Islands. I'm out. And then you walk across the road and get into a Ford Cortina. Seriously? You can't do that stuff. So anyway, so we're having a jewel. You know, South Africa, it is tough. It is tough. And we took the World Cup. At least we did that before all of this nonsense. But it was actually quite serious. I was speaking to a supporter there when we were there. I was there, and I said, what do you think? He said, bro, we are going to take the World Cup. And I said, what happens if we don't win it? He says, nothing. We're still going to take it, bro. We're South African. We're going to make a plan. And we flew on SAA. I think I was one of the last people in the world to fly on SAA. It was really, really cool. I actually miss flying, guys. I miss it. I used to be all over the world. I was supposed to be in America a couple of weeks ago, and I was supposed to be in Dubai. Supposed to go to Oktoberfest in Germany. Well, now I'm just staying at the Hilton Hotel in Amanus, which is basically my house. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. So if anybody wants to come around for braai, you've come to the right place. Now, what I've noticed, we go shopping now together. My wife and I go shopping with a list. It just shows how privileged we were before. We didn't have a list. What's a flippin' list? I think a list was something when a ship is like this, bro. That's a list. Now we go to Checkers with a list. Are you serious? So, but it's cool for you because you realize that you overspend and all that stuff. Then it made me realize, and I looked at it, you know, because Oaks with money, Oaks, Carolyn, are you listening to me? People with serious. They shop in Woolies. Why? Because they can, bro. They don't have to look at lists. They just clap it. And have you noticed when you go to Woolies, the aisles are quite narrow? Have you noticed that? They're quite narrow, the aisles in Woolies, because people can walk down there and take stuff off both shelves at the same time without even... No problem. Because if you've got money, bro, you shop in Woolies. But if you haven't got ammo, if you've got no ammo, you shop in Checkers. Okay. And you notice straight away in Checkers, the difference between Checkers and Woolworths is the width of the aisles. The width of the aisles. Checkers, the aisles are double width. Because there's got to be like a passing lane. Okay. Because inevitably somebody in front of you stops to check the price of every single tin of peas on the shelf. They're supposed to be all the price, but they're trying to find one that's a little bit cheaper. And they don't put the peas back. You see, they grab it like that, and they throw it on the floor. And they grab it like that, and they throw it on and they grab it like that. And eventually, there's this big pile of peas on the floor in Checkers. And then people are walking past and going, check this, it must be a special. So they take all that stuff. So they make a plan. So Checkers, it's quite scary. But, you know, if you've got ammo, if you've got serious ammo, Woolworths is the place. So, you know, Woolworths. What I do is when I go to Woolworths, because if you've got ammo, you shop at Woolies. Okay, simple as that. Simple as that. So when I go to Woolworths, I don't even look at stuff. I just take anything I want off the shelf. I'm not scared. I just anything. Even stuff I don't even eat, I take it off because I can. Because if you've got money, you can do that. And I pull my trolley until it's like overloaded, completely overloaded. And I'm pushing it. And when people come past me in the other direction, I stop and I take stuff out of their trolley and put it into my trolley. Because you can. Because if you've got money, you can do that, bro. So I do that until one person will say that, jeez, have you checked Barry Hilton's trolley? Have you seen his trolley, bro? The oak is loaded, but this oak has got serious mint. That's my cue, Oaks. I take this overloaded trolley from Woolworths, overladen flat out, it's all buckling, and I park it in the clothing section of Woolies. Okay. Then I walk across the road to Checkers with my list and do my groceries. It's simple as that. But if you notice now, when you go to the shops now with this COVID, you've got to stand 1.5 meters away from somebody, sort of like that ish. Okay? It's sort of social distancing is like, I don't know, it can work. It can flip and work for you, social distancing. It can. For instance, as much as I want to, I can never ever kiss my mother-in-law again. That's really breaking my heart at this moment in time that I got. You know, she's going to come and I'll say, Mom, I'm sorry. I want to kiss you, give you a nice kiss on the cheek. I want to do that because I love you. But social distancing, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Okay? And when she coughs, I say, have you insurance? Because that's quite scary. But it's quite scary. But we shouldn't talk about that. Because I went for an operation the other day in the hospital, and it's quite flippant. Have you been to operation? Who's been to operation? Quite scary, but quite flippant scary. My son Robin Hilton is watching. It's about time you watch me do something, boy. What up, Dad? Can you believe this? I'm doing a show live, courtesy of Carolyn and Douw Steyn from Auto and Gentle, and my light is saying, "What's up? What's up? What's up, Dad? Are you serious, Robin? What's up is you've taken all my flipping money, and I've got to work till I'm 93, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've got to work until I'm 93 because I've got kids. I've got 6 kids. It happens. I know I've just changed the direction now, but I have 6 children. I do. Got 6. My kids, they are 44, 38, 37, 29, and 27. Okay, can you believe that? And then I've got a 10-year-old because I'm Vinchat. Okay, 10 years. All the people are going like, 10, are you, what? You got a 44-year-old and a 10, yo, bro. Like all the men, when I say that, my oldest is 44, my youngest is 10, all the men go like, really? But it's funny, eh? All the women, as soon as I say that, my oldest is 44 and my youngest is 10, all the women my age are going like, really? How do you do it? With passion. I don't know how to make a plan. But my kids, who's got a young kid? Have you got a young kid? Because young kids now, it's funny because I've done this twice now. You know what I'm saying? I've got a younger family and I've got an older family. But things don't change. Things don't change. As a dad, you're sort of more relaxed. You're sort of more relaxed, and you want your lighty to do things that are a little bit sort of edgy. You know what I'm saying? So a guy will come out into the backyard and see his lighty, in my case, Jack, up a tree. He's about 5 meters up the tree. And I say to him, bro, get down from that tree now, because if you fall, you might twist your ankle or some cock like that. You know what I'm saying? So he's a meter off the ground. Now, my other wife, my other kids and all that stuff, it remains the same. The oak's a meter off the ground. My wife, Sandy, comes up and goes, ah! Oh, no! Stay there, Jack! Please don't move! Ah! Phone 911! Ambulance! Don't fall from there! You're going to die! Seriously? Flip takes. When a man goes into the bathroom and catches his 14-year-old son abusing himself, you know what I'm saying? You do, because we do. I know that from both sides of the coin, I'm afraid. My dad caught me and I caught Max. But anyway, so there's a lighty abusing himself. And as a man, you just say, stop that cockpit. Stop it now. Stop it now. Why, Dad? Because you'll get sore ear. What do you mean, Dad? That's why, bro. His mother's different. You know what I'm saying? The mother walks in and goes, ah! Ah! No! Ah! Bring it! You're just like your bloody father, you know that? Are we like that, guys? I don't think so. I love my wife. Do you love your wife? I love my wife. I do all the flipping cooking and all. Can you believe this, Cock? I do the cooking. The cooking. My wife's cooking expertise comes from Woolworths. In fact, her food is so good, Woolworths stock it now. Hey, Saints. It's flipping. It's really, really cool. So, hey, how's this? My wife Sandy just got a note from the bank, and this is off, okay? Your IT is leading your whole salary. My wife just got a call from the bank, and they said somebody came in and jippered her card. You know what I'm saying? What did they buy, Sans? Skincare products. Bro, skincare products. My wife doesn't even wear mascara. So I don't know how they knew this. So they phoned up. They said, did you buy skincare products? No. Would you like some? No, they didn't say that. So they said, so we've been just jippoed. We've been actually flipping jippoed by the bank. So now there's no ammo. There's no that's me in Checkers now, bro. I'm there now, Checkers. So people tried to scam my wife. Now, have you been to the bank lately? You know, you go to the manager and he says to you, take a seat. And you got to say, look, I'm fine on my knees. I'll be all right. I'll be sweet. But it all happens. Now, have you ever tried to get a mortgage, Oaks? Have you tried to get a mortgage at the bank? Please. The posher the Oak speaks to you, okay, the less your chance of getting the mortgage. If you're going to the bank manager and the bank manager says to you, how's it, bro? You sweet. You got a very good chance of getting the mortgage. Why? He can understand you, bro. But if he's like one of those high type Oaks who talk like that, you know those type of people, they talk like that. Yes. With a stiff upper lip. One must understand why. A stiff upper lip. Yes. Very good, very good. You know those people, they think they're Wingard, they think they're better than us, they talk with a stiff upper lip. It's very British. Very, very British. Very, very. I was doing a gig in Chelsea to a whole group of barristers, all with a stiff upper lip. Chelsea in London. And like normal Oaks like you, hopefully you're laughing, you're like, hey bro, this Oak's mull. I dig him. The Oaks in England, they loved me, but like weird, bro. They all sort of laugh with a stiff upper lip. They're going like, oh my gosh, this guy's very funny. Don't you think he's very funny? Oh, exceptionally good. Very, very funny. I'm thinking, why don't I just flip and laugh and have a jaw? So when you go to the bank for a loan, and the manager talks to you that, basically it means you're not going to get the loan. Okay, simple. But luckily, I've got a little bit of sort of humor around myself. I was at the bank manager, you know what I'm saying, bought a house in Amarnis, and the Oak says to me, Mr. Hilton, I see that you're asking for rather a large mortgage here. And your education level is not exactly exemplary. Standard 8, standard V111. And I said, seriously, bro, that's standard 5 3 times, but I'll take it. I'm sweet. Then he goes like, in light of that, Mr. Hilton, could you perhaps put any ancillary investments to this rather large mortgage, just in case perhaps you failed to meet the interest payments due monthly, every month, for 20 years. Now I'm the Murin. I said to him, but ancillary, are you serious? Ancillary invest me, but I got a Porsche, I got a Maserati, a Lamborghini, and 2 Ferraris. I own a farm in Montana with 5,000 head of cattle. I've got the cheese farm and the cheese factory in Amsterdam. I've just bought the block of flats in California. I've got that piece of land, of course, in Clifton. I've got 16 houses in Clifton. I've got 16 houses in Clifton. I own a motocross team, and I forgot to tell you, bro. Forgot to tell you. Next year, bro, I'm getting $15 million inheritance from my granddad, from the Hilton hotels, family trust. This sounds like, good, really? Are you joking? I said, well, you started this cock, bro. What do you think I'm doing here now? That makes sense. There we go. So, whatever. What should we... What people want a Portuguese joke? No faz mal. I love this Portuguese. No faz mal. If there's any Portuguese out there, no faz mal. It's a brilliant saying that Portuguese do. No faz mal. And it can mean so many different flippin' things, Oaks. So many. I mean, if you happy, they say, how you doing? No faz mal. If you sort of a bit the murin, how you doing? No faz mal. If you're feeling sad or some cock like that, how you doing? No faz mal. Hey, even if you're gay, like, how you doing? No faz mal. So I went to a Portuguese friend of mine. I said, bro, tell me the truth now. What does no faz mal mean, bro? He said to me, it doesn't matter. I said, no, bro, I need to know. I want to know. I want to learn your culture. And actually, that's what it means. It doesn't matter. So there we go. Hello, A.B. Kempton. Hello, A.B. Kempen. A.B. Kempen is actually my niece all the way in... Are you still staying in Preston? You're staying in Preston, Chuck. Take chappies. Okay. Afrikaans joke. I'll do it. I only know one Afrikaans joke. Comes down to breakfast. He comes down for breakfast, says to his son, Môre seun. Môre pa. Hoe gaan dit by die skool seun? Lekker pa. Wanneer gaan jou eksamens begin seun? Môre pa. Môre seun. Is that good? The Rottweiler joke. Hilton Turner will do that. The Rottweiler. Are you serious? Can I do the Rottweiler joke? When I stayed in Benoni, I had this big house in Benoni. Funny enough, my wife's divorce lawyer's got it now. I don't know how that worked out. But anyway, I had this big house in Benoni, and it was like 83 meters from my front door to my gate. You know what I'm saying? 83 meters. It was big for me. It was a big house. Like a place. And I had this Rottweiler. It was a machine, this Rottweiler. And we spoke. We were very cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Because you tend to give your dogs like weird names. Do you do that? Weird names? You do that. Eh? So my Rottweiler said to me one day, she said to me, Baz, because we're close. You know what I'm saying? Not as close as, she didn't say bear. She said Baz. I said, yes. She said to me, am I a Rottweiler, bro? I said, exactly. You are a Rottweiler. She cracks. Do I weigh 59 kgs? Exactly. 59 kgs, bro. You're a machine. Can I snap a human femur with one bite of my incredible jaw? You can. That's why people are scared of you. Is it, eh? Why did you call me Sugar? Who's got a cock name for the job? Anybody? Probably such you can't hear us laugh. Yes, it can, yeah, and I can't. Speeding fine joke. Are you serious? You want to joke about a speeding fine? Oak stopped me. He says, you're bloody speeding. I said, not now, bro. There we go. A Jewish joke. They're all having Shabbos. Did you hear about... My wife and I, we went to a Shabbos dinner. We went to a Shabbos dinner a couple of weeks ago, and she became Jewish. Really, we got home, she had a headache. It's sort of true like that, Mr. Lamberti. How's it? Joan friend, I love you, stick and brew. How are we doing? No Gonans. You really want no Gonans braai? If 4 people say they want no Gonans braai, I will do it. I want 4 people to say no gaan ons braai. A what? A lockdown joke. You want about a lockdown joke? The only oaks are making money in lockdown are locksmiths. Is that right? What I like about lockdown, who's got kids? Have you got kids? I've got kids, bro. The sunlight joke. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do the sunlight. Okay, I'll do that for you, Marcel. I'll do that now. If you've got kids, everybody's got kids. They're the weirdest thing. Do you remember your mother used to do weird things to you when you had kids? I'm going to ask you out there. Have you ever had soap in your bum, Oaks? Is anybody there? I want a true answer. Has anybody ever had soap in their bum? No? I'm asking you. Soap in your bum? No. You? Soap in your bum? At the back there? At the back? Have you got soap in your bum? No. You've never had it? No. Are you sure? Are you sure? Well, I'm telling you, if you're South African and you say you've never had soap in your bum, you're talking cock. It's quite simple as that. Because if you're South African and you've got a mother, you've had soap in your poop hole. I can guarantee that. But do you remember that? You went to your mother one day and you say, Mommy, I can't poo. And your mother says to you, you can't poo. Bring me the sunlight soap, darling. I'll cut you a little torpedo quickly. Do you remember that? Oh, terrible. And you went, and she put this torpedo in your poop hole. Remember that? And you went to school and farted and smelled like Lux. You remember that? Oh, you smell nice. What did you say, Shelley Pierce? People have gone lockdown loopy. You're quite correct. What I like about being in lockdown, Shelley Pierce, I've got teenagers and they are all grounded. And it's not even my fault. I dig it, eh? I dig it. We're having a jaw. So there we go. We're having fun. Can't remember, thank goodness. Soap in my bum. Yes! Sure. Sean, well done, Chano, well done. So open your bum. Speeding fun joke when you realise you've gone over the. Okay, I'll do that. Gary, I'll go about speeding fun joke. Back in the days, they didn't have sort of digital stuff and all that. They had these things called gatsos. They were across the line. It was two rubber pieces of thing exactly a meter apart, and they would time how fast your car went over. Okay. And then they could work out the speed they were doing like that. And it was like more of a laxative. You'd go over these things like, because you knew you were going to get caught. And then this policeman would jump out in the middle of the road and crack like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. This guy's got his torch on. Are you serious? Not me, bro. I turned right. He caught up to me about 4 kilometers later. He says, why didn't you stop? Why did you turn right? I said, but with that outfit you had on, I thought you were a chevron. Right, soap in the bum go, yes. Sandy. So then the speeding fine joke. Hey? There we go. So here we go. I've got a couple of more minutes. I'm lacking. And I want to thank again Carolyn and Douw Steyn from Auto in General. You oaks, that's it. Phone now, Sandy. Phone now. I'm changing all of our stuff to Auto in General. I'm going to put my house on Auto in General. I don't know if you do it, Douw, but make a plan for me. I'm going to put my house on Auto in General in case somebody crashes into it. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You never know. It could be a write-off. You know what I'm saying? So go to Auto in General and support Douw Steyn and his beautiful wife. Thank you, Carolyn, for putting this on for South Africans. And I want to tell you, they've done this out of the goodness of their heart. Ladies and gentlemen, they've done this out of the good of their heart, and thank you. We do appreciate. It's fantastic that you would do that for us, and it's nice to know that I can buy food this week. Thank you very much. What a joy. You know what? South Africa is still the best place in the whole world, bro. The best place in the whole world. We got some weird people, you know what I'm saying? Got some weird oaks out there, but we're going to make it happen. South Africa is the toughest and roughest place in the flipping world. I was at a gym in Benoni. It was a Lebanese gym. I knew it was a Lebanese gym because there was 12 oaks moving one punch bag. Hit him, brother. Hit him. Tell him who we are, brother. Now, South Africans, have you noticed, when you go around the world, we're the only oaks ever in the world who don't care about the silence signs. Have you noticed that? You want to be a South African. If you go to London and you're feeling lonely, just talk a little bit loud in the tube. Just talk a little bit loud in the tube, and South Africans from 4 cars down will come and say, how's that, but these pommies are flipping slap gat, but what do you scare, mate? Because they think that they don't understand us, but because they do talk different from us. Do you know what I'm saying? I was in London, the first time I ever went to go work in London from South Africa. I got such a fright, because you had to worry about the sexual preferences of taxi drivers. I'm talking 30 odd years ago. You know what I'm saying? I go in London, and as soon as you get in the car in London, the cab in London, the door's locked, bro. And then this big burly Englishman turns around and says, all right, love, where can I take you then, love? I say, bro, just drop me on a corner. I'm sweet there. I'm fine over there. But it's cool. So there we go. Your oaks have been cool. I want to thank all the people for pulling in 632 people. Don't forget, this was brought to you by Auto and General and Douw Steyn and his beautiful wife. Hey? I'm going to do it. My wife is just telling me that I'm going to do the No Comments Bra. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So Carolyn and Douw Steyn, thank you very, very much. And I'm all the... It's Carolyn. I'm sorry, Carolyn. I'm useless at words. I used to call my wife Thingy for 2 years. Sorry, Carolyn. Carolyn and Douw Steyn. Ek jammer hoor. By a donkey. So everybody in South Africa from tomorrow are going to change. They're going to change their insurance, and they're going to come and insure their houses with you. Carolyn and Douw. Thank you very, very much. I've got a guy, Samantha Brains. Are you serious? Here's a joke that I used to tell when I was about 25. I'm now 64, so work this one out. Okay. There was an earthquake in Welkom. Block of flats, 16 stories high, flat, stuck it. They think nobody could survive. They're walking past, and they're looking for everybody, and they're about to give up, and they hear from inside the rubble, help me, alsjeblief, ouma, help I. And they said, Van, is that you? Ja, dis ek, jong, help me. Where are you, bro? Flat 1607. Serious? He wakes up in hospital, he cracks, I can't feel my legs. Can somebody tell me why I can't feel my legs? The nurse says they've cut your arms off, bro. What can I say? Okay. Now, before I go, nou gaan ons braai. Come here. I wanted to show you my boy. They were asking for you. This is my little baby. This is Super Jack. Say hello, Jack.
Hi.
How's it? Tell him a joke.
No.
Oh, go on.
I can't think of one.
He can't. He's flipping. He's shy now. So, okay, I'm going to finish with this. And thank you once again for sponsoring us. Thank you very much. Thank you for the South African Oaks. We will get through this, guys. Observatory Toffee. Here we go. We will get through this. We will make it. We are South Africans. We're going to handle this, but we're going to make it happen. What we're going to do is braai. Because nou gaan ons braai. So I was doing a show one day, and I don't know if you've seen that story I do, nou gaan ons braai. I came out of a gig once, and the oak says to me, Barry, môre gaan ons braai. Wil jy môre braai? Ons gaan nou môre braai. And instinctively I said, look, what, seriously? No thanks, because I like to eat before 11. And his wife started laughing, and I said, what's the matter? She said, that's what happens in our house. I said, it's not only yours, it's everybody's flipping house. If you're South African, you only eat like sort of braaiing about 5, and you eat about 11, especially with Sandy's family. So I go to this Oak's house the next day, and he's like waiting for me, salivating, 10 o'clock in the morning. Barry, môre gaan ons braai. Nou gaan ons, what? Nou gaan ons braai, ouma. Nou gaan ons braai. Net nou, ouma, net nou. Klein doppertjie. Now that little sentence, that nou gaan ons braai. Okay, ons gaan nou braai in proper Afrikaans, but nou gaan ons braai in my way, was NGO, it's an NGO. But when he says to you, nou gaan ons braai, somewhere in that sentence, hidden somewhere in that sentence, is the other sentence, we will braai after the 15 bottles of brandy. You don't know where it is, but it's in there. So you know, you dop, for a while, and then you chowing like mad. And he says to you, Barry, ons gaan nou braai. Nou gaan ons braai. 7 o'clock, I go into the kitchen to see if the dogs left any food. You know, I'm flipping hungry. Barry, moenie worry nie. Ons gaan nou braai. Nou gaan ons braai, net nou. 10 o'clock, I got visual signs of malnutrition. You know what I'm saying? My poepel is eating my liver, bro. You know, and dis ou wag so. He says, "Nie wag, Barry. Is jy honger? Moenie worry nie. Ons gaan nou braai. Nou gaan ons. Vrou, Barry's hungry. Take the meat out of the deep freeze." So it's about 10 to 11. He puts so much coals on the fire. You can stand close to it about 10 to 11 with a fireman's outfit on and 3 welder's gloves. You know what I'm saying? And he puts this flipping stuff on. The meat is dead, but it's trying to jump off. You know what I'm saying? 1:45, this oak turns it. And it says to you, how do you like your meat? So, there we go. It's me, my times. But do you like my haircut, by the way, Oaks? I think I'm going to keep it like this. It's been a jewel. Thank you for watching me. Support South African artists like Carolyn and Douw are doing. Thank you so much. We really, really do appreciate the fact that you're supporting South African artists. We're keeping us going. It's wonderful. We are South Africans, guys. We will get through this. I love you, Oaks, a lot. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you very, very soon. My cousins. I'm still here, just making a plan there. Bye.